What's going on YouTube? PhillipAndWorld here, and for today's video I'm going to be showing you guys a brand new reel I just got, which is the Kastking Speed Demon spinning reel. I want to let you guys know that this is just a first impressions of the spinning reel. I'm not going to be putting it to the test. That will be for a much later video where I actually put this thing to the use for at least a couple of months, and then I can finally say my honest opinions about the whole reel and how the durability is and will it last. Now this reel does retail for about $9 US. You can pick it up on Amazon or Kastking's website. So before I get into the details of the spinning reel, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what's inside. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay guys, so here's the box with the spinning reel. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what's inside. I do like the design they have of this box. It's pretty simple and easy to take off the top. And then as you guys can see, there's the logo there. You got this nice mesh type of stuff here. And there's the spinning reel. So let's go ahead and take it out. Interesting. They do claim for it to be a light reel, but holding it, I've had some lighter reels than this, but this is not too bad. Let's go ahead and see what's inside. There's the handle. So it has carbon fiber on it. Let's see if you guys can see that. Come on, focus. Oh, there we go. See, there's some carbon fiber on there. Now, this reel does claim, or Kastking does claim that this reel has a direct drive handle. So let's go ahead and see if that is true. Spinning it the wrong way. Oh, there we go, yeah. Nice and secured in there. It's a pretty smooth reel. Okay, let's see what else is in the box. We got a manual, instruction manual, gives you all the basic information and stuff. And then what's this? Oh, this is like a little breakdown map thing, I think. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Tells you all the pieces and components that you may, if you ever need to repair something, or replace, I mean. And looks like that's it. That's just the empty box. Okay, so now actually looking at the reel, my first impressions is, I expected it to be a little bit lighter, but honestly, it's not that bad. I've definitely held some heavier reels, and considering all the, the material they put into this, I would say this is pretty good for the weight. I do have a list of the key features that this spinning reel has. It has a 7:1 gear ratio, and it has over 40 inches of retrieve per spin. So every time you spin this, that's 40 inches, like a full spin of the reel, that's 40 inches of line that it can retrieve. It has 10:1 double shielded stainless steel ball bearings, so that's good if you are a saltwater angler and you need that protection. Has an aluminum frame. I think, honestly, this does feel like, it definitely feels like metal, but I think it's coated. We have our carbon rotor and handle. As I showed you guys earlier, there's carbon on there. It's hard to see in this lighting, but you can see the carbon's there. And also this whole rotor inside is carbon. This reel has a powerful carbon disc drag system, which can hold up to 25 pounds of drag, which is pretty good. Again, if you're fishing for salmon or some bigger species like in saltwater, this reel's drag system can handle it. We have a aluminum spool on the reel. All this is made of aluminum, and then I don't know if the camera can pick it up. Oh yeah, you can see it. You see this like etched piece on the aluminum that goes all the way around the spool. That is good for if you have braid. You can go ahead and just put that braid on without having any like monofilament backing, which is a good thing. A lot of companies are starting to go towards this style of getting braid on there without using backing. Now, for the most part, that is all the key features of the spinning reel. Obviously, you can go more in depth and stuff, but for the most part, that's everything that you would need to know. This is a size 3000 or size 30 reel, so it is a little bit bigger. I think the next size they have is 2000. But don't quote me on that, I'm not exactly sure, but I think those are the only two sizes. Now going on to Kastking claiming that this is the fastest spinning reel on the market. I did my research and it is true. The only thing that comes close to that is the Abu Garcia Revo spinning reel, which has a 7:0:1 gear ratio, and this has a 7:1 gear ratio, so technically this is the faster spinning reel. Interesting enough, I was told that the engineers who make Kastking stuff are actually from Abu Garcia, which is kind of funny, but you know, hey, they're doing a pretty good job, I guess. Now my first impressions on the spinning reel, I would say it's pretty good. As you can see, it's pretty smooth for the most part. Obviously I'm gonna, you know, put some lube on here and lubricants and stuff to make sure it's, you know, at its optimal best. Now just looking at the cosmetics of the reel, I do like the black and white. The spool has this, you know, well, apparently I read on Kastking's website that this is supposed to be like some demonized, but honestly it just looks like a Batman logo, just kind of redesigned. You know, some people may like this, some people don't. My honest opinion, I like a more professional look. I like just like basic shapes, you know, nothing like too crazy with the graphics. But, you know, for some people they may like this. I wouldn't say this is bad necessarily, but, you know, I think I like a more professional look. Going on to some other cosmetics of the reel, there is carbon fiber that you can see all around on the reel. The camera can't pick that up that well, but there is carbon fiber there. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. Maybe right there you can see it. And again, the reel has carbon fiber. The rotor is supposed to be carbon fiber, but obviously it's coated, so you can't exactly see that. Now going on to the actual drag system in here and the spool, I would say that this feels pretty good. For the price point, I've had some kind of worser feeling drag systems and spools. The noise, you know, the noise isn't the best. I've heard some better drag systems before, but this is definitely not too cheap, I would say. Now again, this is just my first impressions of the reel. I'm going to go later on, like maybe a few months later on the line after I put this to actual test, give you guys my full-on impressions and how I feel about the reel and is it worth the $80. Because for the specs that it has, this $80 seems too good to be true. But most people, if you read the reviews, they say that this is a pretty good reel. So, you know, all you can do is just test it out. And luckily, I'm going to be doing that for you guys. So if you wait like a couple of months, I'll come back with another video on this. And, you know, review it and tell you my honest full opinion and see how the reel lasted. But for the most part, I would say this is a pretty good reel. I can definitely see how it has that high gear ratio. The spinning gear ratio to see how fast it can retrieve the line. Now Kastking does have a bait caster version of this, but I was told that it used to be the fastest, but actually Abu Garcia's Revo Rocket beat that by just a little bit, but it's still a really fast reel and it's actually a lot cheaper than Abu Garcia's, so you know, you can choose which one you would like. I wanted to show you guys the reel I'm going to be testing with. It's actually another Kastking product. It is the Kastking Chrome series. This is their new series of rods that they're targeting towards salmon anglers. Well, as you can see, Chrome goes for, you know, like chrome fish, like steelhead and stuff. This is the 9'6" medium heavy, which is 18 to 17 pounds. This is going to be, they call this one their free drift 9x6. See if you can see that. Oh, there you go. And this reel retails for about, I believe, $130 on Amazon. And I was a bit skeptical at first getting this, but the guy I talked to about this at a booth at the show here in my area, he told me that this was a pretty good rod, so I'm willing to put it to the test. And why not put this reel and rod together to make a full-on test video? This has a Fuji spinning rod seat. Go ahead and just spin it on there. And there we go. There's the full setup. Overall, I would say this feels pretty good. There's a good balance between the rod and the reel. I would say that the weight, you know, balances itself out. This reel has carbon fiber grips, which is pretty good for if you're a salmon angler and you know, you get your hands dirty. But this rod is not going to be the point of this video. I'm going to make a whole another video on this later on. But here's just an overall look of how all this looks. It looks pretty good. Alright guys, thank you for watching. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn that bell notifications on. Be sure to give this video a like and let me know in the comments if you guys use Kastking products and how they've worked for you, and you know what you like and what you don't like about them. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on my next video.